Hello, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Noki, and you're here once again for the midweek discussion on Noki Talks. Today, we have so much information to go over in regards to Pokémon Sword and Shield from yesterday's Nintendo Direct. And I'll be doing a full breakdown of that Nintendo Direct on this upcoming News with Noki on Sunday. However, since there's still so much information to digest from Sword and Shield, I figured it would be a good idea to take an entire video to do so. Like many of you, I was absolutely ecstatic when I saw yesterday's Nintendo Direct and all the brand new features that they showed off in Sword and Shield. As I've stated previously, the more the information comes out about these games, the more it is very apparent how absolutely amazing they're going to be and how much work has went into making this a brand new Pokemon experience. It has been truly stunning to see how much attention to detail that Game Freak has put into every little aspect of these games. From the beautiful scenery of the wild area to the cultural centers of the towns and cities, the Galar region is exploding with possibilities. But now that all my gushing's out of the way, let's jump into the information that we've received, starting with Pokemon Camping, where it was finally officially revealed and the overall functionality was shown off. Though, it did seem they left room for even more to be discovered when the games are released. But from what we did see, this incorporates the foundation of Pokemon Ami and Pokemon Refresh, but kicks it up a notch by including more ways to interact between you and your Pokemon. It also includes the amazing immersion of having Pokemon interact with each other in a unique way that depends on what types of Pokemon they are, and more than even that. For instance, it was shown if you had a Yamper with a bunch of Wooloo, the Yamper would chase the Wooloo around. As they stated, you'll be able to access this camping feature virtually anywhere in the towns and cities and in the wild area. And you'll actually be able to come across other players' camps as well, both in online and multiplayer interactions. And from what they said, bonuses will be included for interacting with fellow players and their Pokemon in this way. And something they didn't expressly talk about, however they pretty much officially revealed, was that the tents themselves can be somewhat customized, at least in their colors. In relation to the camping, they also showed off the brand new curry cooking and the mini game that essentially encompasses it. When in the camping mode, you'll be able to cook for you and your Pokemon, as well as have the friends you are connected with join in on the fun. And although this mechanic seems a little similar to the Breath of the Wild in its recipe crafting, it's a bit more of a mini game that involves actual strategy to it, such as the fact that there's a time limit when choosing your ingredients, adding a whole new dynamic to recipe building. Then in the process, you must complete a series of tasks in order to create the perfect meal, like fanning the fire correctly, stirring the pot consistently, and adding your own love precisely to make the best dish possible. This truly does seem to be an amazing new feature, and I absolutely love the animations that they've built into it. They also showed off the amazing character customization, with tons of new features and accessories to change up. Not to mention more color options and fine-tuning of individual characteristics. The designs from what we've seen so far look very vibrant, fresh, and trendy, and look like they seem to fit a lot of different styles. Not to mention there's the potential for clothing to be added over time alongside special events and such. And it looks like for the first time in a Pokemon game, we're going to be able to personalize our characters to be uniquely us. And along with this amazing character customization comes the League cards, which is a new take on the trainer card features of past games. Only this time, they actually serve functionality outside of tracking your very own progress. And you'll be able to truly customize every little detail about how you want this card to look and represent you along your journey and in your online interactions. You will also be able to collect other trainers' league cards along the way when you have shown your worth to them in battle. This is just another example of one of those small details that Game Freak has focused on that really adds a layer of immersion into the games. And I'll be really excited to see how creative people get with these. And wrapping up the new information regarding the features of these games, we have Trading Pokemon, where we now know that Wonder Trade will be making its return under the name of Surprise Trading, which can take place actually in the background while you continue to explore the region, and you don't even have to sit there and wait for the trade to happen. You'll just simply put whatever Pokemon you're willing to trade into the surprise trade, and when you have a trading partner, it will be done automatically. They confirmed that online and local trading and battling will be present in these games, and not only that, but you'll be notified in-game of others you're connected with who are looking for these types of interactions. And it seems to me they really put a lot of attention towards making the player-to-player interactions as smooth and convenient as possible. And honestly, so far it's the multiplayer functionality that is one of my favorite aspects of these games. And finally, we have to discuss the Pokemon. where not only were there even more Pokemon confirmed to be returning in these games, but we were given three brand new Pokemon as well. First of all, for Cramorant, which was one of the Pokemon that was included in the past leak that was verified previously this summer. And because of that, we can ascertain that it will indeed catch more than just this fish that we were shown, but also the likes of Pikachu, and possibly even more as hinted on the website, essentially alluding that it actually picks up things that it doesn't intend to sometimes. I really like this Pokemon's sharp design and overall somewhat goofy theme, and it's also very interesting to note that its primary typing is Flying, which similarly to Corviknight is actually new to these games, as nearly all other Flying type Pokemon carry the Flying typing as a secondary typing, with the exception of Tornadus, Noibat, and Noivern. This is great to see, as the Flying typing hasn't truly been given the adequate representation that the other typings have throughout all the generations. And before moving on, I have to mention that I do feel the fish that it catches will most certainly turn out to be a brand new Pokemon as well, as the art that we've seen on the website and its overall use in battle pretty much already confirm it in my opinion. And moving along, we have Polteageist, which is such a cute Pokemon with an amazing design concept. And of course there would be a tea-themed Pokemon in this region, and what better way to represent one than this. I also really appreciate the fact that it retains a solely ghost typing and does not include a secondary typing. And it will be very interesting to see if it evolves at all and what it could potentially evolve into. And along with these brand new Pokemon come their brand new abilities, starting with Cramorant's ability Gulp Missile, which allows it to hit any opponent who attacks it after it has caught this new fish Pokemon into its mouth, which it can catch using Surf or Dive. And this does not count as a move and is done automatically when in this mode. And then for Polteageist's ability, which is Weak Armor, they didn't really give much but a small glimpse of it. However, it essentially looks like it may allow it to gain a sharp speed boost and attack first, or potentially directly after being attacked, which doesn't allow the opponent to retreat or heal their Pokemon first. Either way, it's extremely cool to see all these brand new abilities and learn how they'll be used strategically in battle. And finally, for the brand new Pokemon that were confirmed in this trailer, we have the many forms of Alcremie, or flavors as they've been called. And it will be very intriguing to see how these forms are generated, whether they are based on where they're found, maybe what types of things you feed them, or whether their form will even be able to change over time or not. And as I said before, they have featured a plethora of returning Pokemon, and as of recording this video, I know a few were not confirmed as of yet, though I haven't had the opportunity to delve in and compare for sure. I plan to do a video a little closer to the launch of these games that will break down a complete list of all the new and returning Pokemon that are confirmed to be in them. And finally today, I have to mention some very peculiar things that I came across while watching through the new information. Starting with this very strange shirt design, which seems to show the concept for either a new Pokemon, or maybe the logo for a local company or a gym. But still very mysterious nonetheless. And next we have something that most of you probably noticed as well, which is the giant dragon's head entrance to the middle city. Now, much like the next few things I would like to discuss, this very well could just be a statue and not representing a Pokemon directly. However, I feel with what we've seen so far, all of the various imagery in this game relates directly to Pokemon. So it is my speculation that this very well could be a dragon Pokemon in these games. And along with that, on the very same city, we have a monument of a white dragon head as well, which looks so absolutely majestic, and I cannot wait to see if both these dragon Pokemon are in Sword and Shield. And another set of strange monuments that I noticed flashed by for only a second when they were showing the city with Nessa's gym. But they are obviously some form of Pokemon, unlike any we've ever seen before. And lastly, we have this image that flashed for only a split second while they were showing off the Pokemon camping feature, and seems to show a brand new Pokemon that we've never seen before. I genuinely love the fact that they've been keeping all the information regarding Pokemon Sword and Shield very quiet, and in these trailers they've been giving us little hints and teasers just like these, to keep that hype going and to keep all of us guessing as to what we'll be receiving in these games. I hope they continue this trend and they don't give away too much information before the release in November. I think it would be really neat if we could all go through these games with a fresh canvas of expectation and truly take in the scope and wonder of the Galar region for the first time. But that's gonna wrap up my breakdown of the brand new information that we received in yesterday's Nintendo Direct. Let me know in the comments down below which of these things you're most excited about, and stay tuned for the news with Noki on Sunday, where I'll be breaking down the rest of the Nintendo Direct. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Professor Noki signing out once again for Noki Talks.